Let's go.
Hello and welcome to the Villa Park podcast, and we are back with another live watch along. This time, West Ham United versus Aston Villa in the Premier League. Make sure you smash the like button and hit that subscribe button. I've actually got to get a new graphic because we're on 6,300 subscribers now, on the road to 10k. So we are growing and growing and growing, and most of it has come from the reaction to these watch alongs. It's been fantastic, the number of viewers that we've been getting. So why not just keep going? And we've been staying lucky with these watch alongs as well. Martin, are you confident that we're going to remain lucky with our watch alongs and see another Villa victory? Oh, I don't know if we've lost Martin. We've had a bit of internet issues on in backstage, but we'll get him back in a second. But yeah, I am very confident. I've become more confident as the day's gone on. I think I predicted a draw yesterday, but we are going to get into the starting lineup because there has been a little bit of a change with the starting lineup and the not a change from today. I mean changes from last week against Arsenal. There has been changes from the game in midweek, but we haven't brought in everyone who was back in from that Basel game. So bit of a change at the back for Aston Villa, a bit of a change in goal as well. So we want to see how we cope with that. West Ham have turned their form around a little bit since Nuno came in. They've become a little bit more difficult to beat, but we're going to see how Villa cope with that because I'm not too sure how West Ham will be able to cope with Villa's ability to go forward and in Villa's run of form. Are you back with us, Martin?
I'm here. I'm alive. Am I okay?
It's a little bit jumpy, but we can hear you, which is the main thing.
Okay, I'll
there
just
we go.
clock
You're
out
back.
there.
You're back.
I'm back. Okay.
Yes, you're back.
Like I said, the signal seems to be just like this at this minute, but hopefully it should be all right.
What's the weather like in sunny Dublin at the minute? Are we warm? Are we windy? Are we rainy? What's the weather like over there, mate?
Cloudy, just overcast, cloudy, but dry. So
okay,
that's the main thing. It's dry.
Good. So West Ham, I'll get starting into starting lineups at the minute, but in general, just facing West Ham away in general, a bit of a dodgy one to kind of call with this one because, by all accounts, Villa should win if they play how they know they can. West Ham have been a bit more steady under Nuno, but we also know that Nuno is quite a canny manager and he can set a team up to get a result and frustrate. And is there a situation where, the winning run that Villa have been on, the unbeaten run that Villa have been on, is there a risk that it does come to an end at some point? And is Nuno the man to do that against Villa today?
But look, of course, I mean, we're obviously the team to beat at this minute. 9 wins in the last 10 Premier League games, 8 wins in a row in all competitions. I just think that it does, obviously, you are going to lose at some point. It's just inevitable. You can't win every game. It's not sustainable. As much as we would love it to be winning every single match, being on a high, but it's football. There's highs and there's lows. So I think there will be a point where we'll probably lose a game, but I don't think that'll be today, to be honest, Rich. I think we might have too much in the locker for West Ham. I just feel like, Nuno sets up his team really well. He likes to play on the counter, be very, very direct, very one-route football. But at the same time, Villa have answered a lot of problems as of late. Like, we've dealt with a lot of situations, particularly against Basel when they were trying to press high. We rode the storm. When we played against Arsenal when they had their dominant spell, we we've maintained that, we've controlled that. Man City, every other teams that have had their spells, we've controlled it, we've contained it. And then when we've had it, we've made it count. So I feel like that's what's going to happen today. There probably will be times West Ham are going to be on top of us. There's going to be times where we're going to be on top of them. But the main thing for me is that we have to be defensively sure that we don't give too much away to not let the game get away from us.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good summary. As we know, you've just talked there. You cannot win every game. There will be situations in games that will come up and will surprise you. But at the same time, the way that West Ham might approach this might play into Villa's hands in terms of they're going to. Well, there's going to be an element of them wanting to take it to Villa because they've obviously got this memorial game for Billy Bonds, who obviously sadly passed away, West Ham legend. So they're going to want to push and put in a performance for him. But also they don't want to necessarily leave themselves too open at the back because of the nature of the way that Villa have been scoring goals of late. There was the criticism of Villa not being able to score goals inside the box, man. But we're now able to do both of these things. We can score goals inside the box. We can score goals from outside the box. We can score goals from set pieces, and that's going to cause any team any problems.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously at the start of the season we couldn't even score a goal, let alone never even get them on target. But we've obviously addressed that issue after the October international break. Now we've scoring goals from all angle set pieces, in the box, outside the box. And of course, Sky Sports were saying, like, when we were scoring goals from outside the box, oh no, this is unsustainable. But then the next two games after that, we've had 6 goals from inside the box with an XG of 2+ in both of them games. And I seen a tweet from, I think it was Gary Smith Jr. was his name. If he's watching, I did see it, that he went into this philosophy XG page and said Aston Villa should be 15th based on their XG performances. And Gary, in fairness to him, it was cool, it was clever, calm, collected. Just went, no, Aston Villa are third are based on their performances and the goals they've actually scored. And that was just as simple as that. And then loads of people just retweeting, replying, and Arsenal fans were rattled. And I mean, Arsenal fans were rattled at what this lad said. And I just loved it. And it just goes to show that, for me, XG is not the end all and be all, because it's like saying if your auntie had, private party, she'd be your uncle. So
yeah.
There's goals there that we've scored, and that's why we're sitting third. The performance we put in, that's why we're sitting third. And because even though our XG might be low, what we're actually giving away in chances is lower. So that's where we feel like we are sitting third for a reason.
Yeah, it's an indicator, but it then doesn't take into. It's almost like you've got to be careful not to base everything or base future performances or future results on that indication, because what that is kind of implying is that at some point Villa will just move back to the norm of where their XG is setting them up at. But what it doesn't take into account is that Villa could improve their performance, or Villa could all of a sudden have loads of games where they create loads of chances. And it's just kind of a lazy sort of statement that's put out there to say, oh, well, yeah, well, if you just live by that assumption, then Villa will just drop off to that. But it doesn't put any. That's like, if they gave Villa that message, are they expecting Villa to all of a sudden go, oh, panic stations, let's all just start creating loads of chances? Like, it doesn't work like that. Everything. There's so many variables to that, as you say, that it's just lazy. So yes, you can use it as an indicator as to the quality of the chances that you're setting up. But again, who sets those parameters? Whose decision is how good a quality chance is? As I keep saying, if you give Premier League quality players who are in the top 0.5% of footballers, let alone human beings in the world, if you give them time to take a touch on the edge of the box and pick their spot into the corner of the net that they want to put it in, then 9 times out of 10 they're going to do it. So what we might decide is a high XG chance or a low XG chance. To someone like Yuri Tillemans, it's like passing the ball. It's like passing the ball to to someone like 2 yards from them with no pressure. It's a moot point. It's a completely moot point. It's like it just doesn't make sense because you're talking about players who are of a ridiculously high quality and high caliber of skill.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've seen games where, you know, Villa have scored from outside the box now, inside the box, set pieces, and it's just what I don't think actually takes into account is the fact of the confidence levels that players have. I feel like that when you have confidence, anything can happen. Anything can absolutely happen. And for me, it just has to be a case of making sure that you get those chances for yourself when confidence is true, and that's where it comes from. And if it doesn't come from that, well, then that's when it's going to be low. But it really doesn't take into account that. And Rich, I just sent you a picture there on WhatsApp of the lineup. It's like a new feature that we're just trying to do and work out. Just wanted to do something a little different for today and just see how it looks.
Okay, yeah, cool. I'll get that shared now because I do have the Villa version of it, but let me just share that onto the screen and just bear with me. Let's talk West Ham's team though first, because while I'm just uploading that, so they've gone for Areola in goal, Diouf left back, Todibo, Mavropanos at centre back with Wan-Bissaka at right back. Then they've got their sort of young player Freddie Potts, who's kind of the West Ham academy player in midfield with Magassa. Then they've got Fernandez, Paqueta, and Somerville across, sort of behind Jared Bowen up top. So no fixed striker. Paqueta obviously can be dangerous if you give him this time and space, and Somerville is a bit of a danger man for them. But what do you make of that West Ham starting lineup at the minute?
Like I said, it's very typical Nuno lineup, very route one. Obviously, he's trying to look to play into the wide areas, trying to get a bit of joy out there, trying to get some early crosses into the box. No out-and-out striker, obviously, but that being said, the wingers like to play inside. That's what Nuno tends to do. He likes to have his wingers playing on the inside then to get chances, so you would feel like maybe that's where he's going to get his goals from. But like I said, Villa have been able to, you know, deal with every situation that we've come across so far this season, and hopefully that can be today. I feel like the lineup that is put out, I think we have too much for it, but at the same time, like you said, Rich, Billy Bonds, who passed away, sadly, West Ham legend, of course, they want to put in a performance for their fan base, so that'll obviously lift them up a bit, but hopefully we can weather the storm, because I'd imagine the first 10, 15 minutes, West Ham are really going to be on it.
Yeah, Villa team, we've got your lineup here. So we've got the actual lineup. So after your predicted lineup, which I do have here, was predicting Martinez and Torres being in there, but obviously they are out with injury. But I think everything else you are pretty much bang on, mate. What do you make of this change or this enforced change at the back? Beezer and Lindelof in for Martinez and Torres.
Yeah, I felt like maybe Torres and Martinez were probably going to get a start with assessments of their injuries, and you know, you felt like it was going to be a last-minute decision. But at the same time, I don't have an issue with Lindelof and Bazat coming in. Bazat is a capable number two. Lindelof, who performed very well against Basel, so the quality doesn't drop. That's the main thing for me when I look at that lineup. The quality doesn't drop. The rest of the team is still the core. It's still got a good quality. The bench looks still relatively okay. So I think we're still in a good position. We're not in panic stations. Oh my God, we've lost this player, we've lost him. There's none of that. We have good depth, we've got good quality, and it just goes to show that we've come such a long way, and hopefully the substitutes can make an impact today.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how good Lemmings does off the bench.
Yeah, hopefully he does well. I hope.
Did you mean Hemmings?
I think he probably meant Hemmings. Yeah, he probably got the spelling wrong, unfortunately. But look, it is what it is. Life is like lemons, isn't it? But I would like to see Garcia come on personally myself.
Yeah.
But hopefully Lemons, even whoever you want to call him, can get a chance.
No, it's good. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, but we've got good options off the bench, like you say, mate. Buendia obviously came off last week against Arsenal, made the biggest impact that you can. Daniel Marlin to come off the bench as well. We know what impact he can have. And then Gesson, who got a goal in midweek. You never know what you're going to get with him. And Jadon Sancho, who again made a bit of an impact against Arsenal. So plenty of options for us. I have the teams coming out at the moment. They're just lining up in front of the in front of the stand with the Premier League logo. So you guys, if you let me know where you're at, let's just go through some of the comments before we get going. Steve says, "Big match today. We win the league. We win league. Lose. We go for top 5. Look back in future, now or never." Yeah, I do. I mean, I'm not. I don't think we're out of the league title talk if we do lose this game. It's just about continuing to pick up points for me. Ted says, "Afternoon, if we win, we're and Arsenal lose, we're level on points with them. Unbelievable. Up the Villa." Michael said, "This is a benchmark game. We win today. We will beat Manchester United next week at the Red Brick Palace." Captain Hindsight says, "This one is tricky. West Ham have looked better recently, but we've got more than enough to win." And CS says, "I'm going 4-1 Villa, Watkins, hat-trick, and Onana." Well, that would be pretty amazing. That would be. Crip says, "Tough game today. It's like a chart. Anything that goes up sharp should come down slightly. Take a draw would be decent. Expect West Ham to start improving today." And Patty says, "Morning from the US. All let's sing for a win today. Villa 3, West Ham 2. And Michael says, "Jamaican here representing for Aston Villa. Good luck, my team." Good luck to you, mate. And thanks for tuning in. Afternoon, guys, from Jerry, from Roscommon. Villa 2-1 up the Villa. Jimmy says, "Afternoon, guys. Paran Martinez is a blow." Yes, it is. They're missing is a bit of a blow. Dave, afternoon, fellas. Hard game today. We'll take a point. Afternoon, all. Really tough game. Let's see how it goes, says Rachel. Great to have you in. And yeah, really nice tifo of Billy Bonds. And Gary said the same thing. That will fire them up. And good afternoon to you, Ange Martin, and the Villa family. And Jim says West Ham 1, Aston Villa 3. So few people saying they would take a point. Few people quite confident, Martin. You're confident. I'm getting now. I said a draw last night, but only because of that kind of probability thing. But I'm certainly, if we can calm them down, like you said, after the first sort of 20 minutes, then I think I'm pretty confident we can get the result. And like you said before, we know how to win from different positions. So even if we're 1-0 down or even 2-0 down, we know we've got the experience there to come back from those positions.
Yeah, I'm fairly confident today. I'm hoping for I'm going to go with a 3-1 win. I feel like West Ham will be on top for the first 10, 15 minutes. They might even go 1-0 up depending on how well they perform in those minutes. But I feel like experience for us will kick in. I feel like we'll control the tempo after a while, weather the storm, and hopefully the chances will open up.
Yeah, absolutely. And Chris is watching us from Thailand. Brilliant stuff, mate. Thank you for your support. And Jim says that winning mentality up the mighty Villa. Do hit that like button. We're getting up to approaching 50 in the chat, which is brilliant. I know we've had up to 500 at times. So let's keep those numbers going up. Make sure you smash the like if you haven't already. And please do hit the subscriber button if you are new to the channel. Anyone wants to become a member as well, you can just click the join button, just $1.99 a month to become a member, help support the channel. And any super chats to guarantee your chats get read out. And of course, you can pop in a super chat as well. So we're just getting ready now. They're just doing the applause for Billy Bonds at the moment on my screen, just showing the Villa supporters in the crowd as well. And I've got everything set up for the background, so I'll just quickly do that, Mark, and then we'll be pretty much set up for kickoff.
Yeah, I'm slightly a bit ahead of you, Rich, but I will pause once I get the second up on screen.
Brilliant. Actually, let me just drop that down. So West Ham's, yeah, if you tell me sort of when you're 10 seconds in, then we can sync up.
100%.
I'm just watching Nuno here.
Yeah, I'm only probably about 5-10 seconds ahead of you. I'm not too far ahead.
Get ready on the time. So West Ham are kicking off. If you guys want to just think with us, if you're on the watch along with us, Or if you're not, if you're slightly ahead, please no spoilers in the chat. We did have a couple on Thursday. Please don't put any spoilers in, and any mods in here. If you can just remind people in the chat as well, that would be amazing. Just not to put spoilers in if people are joining us later, because we are going to be slightly behind. This match is actually on Sky Sports Tennis, which is strange.
Had to put it somewhere though.
Yeah, I know. With all the games on the same day.
Okay, I've just kicked off.
We were just saying. Okay, cool. Well, I've got Unai Emery here. Lost 1 of 8 games as a head coach versus West Ham, so he will want to continue that run.
I'm on 9 seconds, Rich.
9 seconds, right? Great. Just we are just about to go now. 2. Long kick from West Ham. 6, 7, 8, 9. So Kamara just picking up the ball up a flick from Somerville there. Didn't come off. McGinn just holding it up and drops it back to Cash. Konsa now plays into Kamara. Little triangle of passes with Cash and Konsa. Looking quite calm. But Konsa gets the ball robbed off him. And it's a goal already for West Ham. Terrible defending. Terrible start for Villa. Esri Konsa. Way too casual. Looking to try and nick a free kick. It doesn't work for him. And Villa are 1-0 down inside 30 seconds. What a terrible start that is for Villa. We just said about keeping the crowd quiet for the first 10, 15, 20 minutes, and that is the worst possible start for Aston Villa. I don't know what you can say about that, Martin.
I mean, you're under pressure. He's taking a touch. If you're under pressure, get rid of it. Like, just simply be no nonsense, get it out of there, get out of trouble, and then reset. Instead, he's taking a touch under pressure, lazy second touch as well. Fernandez took it well, have to say. It's a brilliant finish from him, but it should never have happened in the first place for me, Rich.
Just awful defending. I mean, they had multiple opportunities to get the ball clear, consistently just playing it between Kamara, Cash, and Konsa, and at some point you're going to get punished, and he just totally lost concentration. And now Villa have got a bit of a mountain to climb because, well, like I said last night in the preview, with Nuno's teams, I mean, he's the master at getting a lead and then just setting up and not getting beat. So we have got a real job on our hands now to get a result out of this.
Yeah, absolutely agree.
Let's just see what some of the comments are saying. Sloppy on the road again. For F's sake, what was that? Shocking defending. What the frick, says Kerry. Just terrible. Why is Beezer on his knees? Gifting goals. Why doesn't Konsa just clear it? Exactly. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. But the benefit is we've got plenty of time to get back into this game. Rodgers plays it to Onana. Maatsen on the overlap. Does well to get the other side of Mavropanos, but they just shuffle him out and he can't quite manage to get the cross out. Now Wan-Bissaka looking to bring it away, but it's blocked by Rodgers and out for a throw-in. Villa just need to wake up now, but that's a terrible. I still can't quite believe it. I still cannot quite believe it. What has just happened?
Look, even Emery's panting up the pitch here, furious.
Lindelof now. I mean, talk about Lindelof and Bizot being in goal, being at the back and in goal. Changes for Martinez and Torres, and it's Konsa who makes an absolute pig's ear of that and causes the mistake. Now Maatsen coming forward with the ball. He's got a lot of space to drive into. Plays it out wide to Rodgers. Rodgers looking to get some space off Wan-Bissaka. Tries to back heel it to Maatsen, but just slightly out of his path. But Villa keep possession. Maatsen drops back to Lindelof now, back to the halfway line. And it's going to be really difficult here to get through the West Ham defence. Cash on the right-hand side on the halfway line. Plays back to Konsa. I'm pretty sure there's been a few Villa players that haven't yet touched the ball. I don't think
Yeah.
McGinn's touched the ball. I don't think Watkins has touched the ball. I don't think Tielemans has touched the ball yet.
And we're 1-0 down already. Great stuff.
I hope we'll be okay. Lucky Morgan Rogers shirt. We're clinging on to anything at the minute. McGinn now trying to fight for the ball with. Is that Fernandez or? It's a free kick to Villa. Just doing a minute's applause now for Billy Bonds. I mean, what an absolute dream start for West Ham, but totally gifted by Villa. We do seem to give teams goals, don't we?
Yeah, just it's sloppiness, really. Like, we should be paying attention for the full 90 minutes. That being said, I know we can see the 30 seconds in, but we've still got another 85 minutes left in this game. Still plenty of time, but that being said, it's very frustrating just giving away sloppy goals every single week.
Yeah. I mean, the midweek we gave away that daft goal. And even the one that was given offside, I mean, it was a pure, total lack of concentration. It just seems to be like a bit of a casual nature of when we're in possession, we just seem to think that teams aren't going to challenge us. Lindelof brings it down, heads it down, but I think there was a foul on Onana. He's just rubbing the back of his head here. Villa have kept hold of the ball quite well, though, since they've gone 1-0 down. Rodgers trying to get the better of Wan-Bissaka, but he's always a very good man-to-man marker. Onana plays it out to Maatsen, who does well, into Rodgers, but he misses the ball. Villa trying to win it back up high up the pitch. They managed to do that, and Tielemans plays it out wide to Cash, who's driving forward with the ball now, got a bit of space, just cuts back and goes to Kamara now. Kamara back to Konsa. Villa playing everything inside West Ham's half. Konsa gets the ball stuck under his feet again. He needs to wake up here. He's just stopping Villa's momentum here. Out to Rodgers now. Rodgers, bit of space. Drops it into Maatsen. He's got Jared Bowen facing him up. He goes back to Rodgers. Can we get the ball in the box here? Wan-Bissaka holding him up. Everyone back just inside the box here. And it's just petered out and it goes out for a goal kick. We've got to get the ball into areas where people can shoot quicker. They're going to keep shuffling us down the right or left-hand side of the box. They're not bothered about that. We've got to get the ball into the areas that can hurt them, Martin.
Yeah, I mean, we're clearly showing signs that we have good possession here early on in the game, but that being said, you just can't really get your head off that mistake, which is shown here in the highlight here at this minute. Very poor touch, under pressure. Either get rid or try and just absolutely do a first-time pass, but hasn't worked out. But we've shown that there can be ways to probably unlock this defence. Still a long way to go in this game, so let's not be in panic stations just yet.
No, I'm not panicking in any way. It's just that West Ham are going to want to let us play it down the sides. We haven't yet got the ball in the box once. We've put the ball down the sides, down the channels, but that's easy. And we've got to actually penetrate West Ham's defence through the middle. Onana now has got it. Clips the ball out wide to Cash. Cash coming forward with the ball. Can we get some sort of movement here? McGinn. He's got his head up, but every West Ham player's back, and it's difficult to find a gap at the minute. He's going to end up going back. He does. He goes back to Ezri Konsa. Got to try and create some space. Konsa plays out to Cash again. Tielemans trying to make a run forward, but he chooses McGinn out wide. McGinn cuts inside and then puts the cross in. Watkins with that. It's a beautiful header from Ollie Watkins. That's exactly what we needed. Come on! Brilliant diving header right into the top corner. And Watkins gets us back level. Brilliant header. Reminds me of a Watkins header from a couple of seasons ago. And a fantastic goal. And I literally just said we've got to find a way to get the ball into the box. And he's isolated Mavropanos one-on-one. McGinn just drops inside. They don't even put any pressure on him. Curls a beautiful left-footed cross into the goal. Watkins guides that header. I'm not sure if it comes cleanly off his head or if it comes off his shoulder. It doesn't matter. It flies into the top corner. And it's West Ham 1, Aston Villa 1. Let's just take a little look. Yeah, it's no goal, that. off Mavropanos.
I think it's an own goal.
Yeah. Sadly, it won't go down
Own
for
goal,
Watkins.
but we
It's an
take
own
it.
goal.
We take it. 1-0.
We
Back in this
definitely
game.
take it. We definitely take it. It's the weekend of own goals. Now Villa on the attack. Watkins driving forward, but a good tackle by Potts there as he was just about to put Morgan Rogers through. Now West Ham trying to break forward. Wan-Bissaka ball on the right-hand side plays into Jared Bowen. Bowen with nice feet to get past Ian Matson. Now tries to put it up the line, but Lindelof does well. Keeps it in play. And Villa can play it out. Rogers to Tielemans. Tielemans switches out to Cash, and Villa have got a bit of space now to drive forward. Rogers looking for the switch pass, but Cash trying to force it. Doesn't quite get enough on it, but it was the right idea. It was the right idea. Yeah, I think that'll probably go down as an own goal.
Too ahead when we get the proper reach.
Yeah. Mavropanos' own goal. It's gone down now, to be fair. It's still 0-0 in all the other games. Yeah, Gary, I did. I felt for Wolves yesterday, mate. I felt for Wolves yesterday.
I don't.
Yeah, I did. I thought they're putting a good. Do you know what? There was some Arsenal fans saying that like Wolves didn't come and try and play and they didn't do this. But I actually thought Wolves had some good chances from what I saw. I thought Wolves played well.
Yeah, Wolves did actually play well. They actually, go ahead.
No, you go, mate. You go.
I was just going to say, no, Wolves actually did play well, but still, they scored 3 goals and still lost the game. But that is what it is.
Yeah, I know. Kamara just bringing the ball out there, and no one tackled him, which was bizarre. And he's let him just lay the ball to Cash. Now Konza into Onana. Onana goes out wide to Cash on the right hand side. They're giving Matty Cash a lot of space. He plays a ball down the line, looking for Tielemans, who can't quite get hold of it, and it rolls through to the goalkeeper. But Tielemans trying to put pressure on Watkins now, pressuring Mavropanos. He looks for Wan-Bissaka. Rogers facing him up. Tielemans almost gets to tackle him, but he's allowed to switch it out to who's their left back? What's his name again? Forget what his name is. Diouf. Just name escaped me. Diouf. Now it's back with Mavropanos. Paqueta hasn't really touched the ball yet, has he?
No, he's just kind of roaming around, not really getting too much joy from him.
Yeah. Potts to Mavropanos, out to Wan-Bissaka. Forced back to Mavropanos again. Plays to Potts now. Now Paqueta on the ball. Drops it back to Potts. West Ham keeping the ball quite well. Some of them popped in the middle. Now plays to Paqueta. Magassa to Wan-Bissaka. Tries to cut across. Rogers, who does well to force him back to Magassa. Magassa to Potts. To Tadibo. It's just inside the Villa half. Now Diouf into Fernandes. Gets it back. You're trying to sharpen the game up a bit, but the ball rolls through to Bizot, looking for Bowen, but he couldn't get hold of it, and Bizot safely collects the ball. Bizot now just standing on the ball as Emmy does, clips it casually to Matson, who's got loads of time and space to come forward again towards the halfway line, but he goes back then to Lindelof. Lindelof goes back to Bizot. So obviously West Ham letting Villa carry the ball forward and then putting the press on at sort of the halfway line, it looks like. Kamara now driving through. Let him run through. Clips the ball over the top to Watkins. Watkins trying to get the better of Mavropanos, who just gets a toe end on it. Plays to Wan-Bissaka, who goes up the line. But Onana steps in front of Paqueta. He manages to keep the ball in play. He doesn't. And it's a throw into Villa. And Rogers tries the cheeky one to take it quick, but it was too far in front. Quite a competitive game. Too casual there again from Onana. Way too casual. Gets caught by Paqueta. Again, Bowen now. It's well stopped by Maatsen, looking for the throw-in, but doesn't get it. It's a throw-in to West Ham.
Slight concerns over this casual play.
Yeah, mate, it's just way too casual at the minute. Nice play out from Villa there. Tielemans just calming it down, but there's a difference between calming the play down and being too casual. And at times, Onana and Rodgers can be guilty of it. Konsa was certainly guilty of it for the goal.
Yeah, there is times that there's no problem calming the play down if you want to force it back a little bit and try and just start again. But when you're being casual in that midfield area and losing them key battles, you can really put your team in trouble.
Yeah. Well, it looks like West Ham are trying to set traps for Villa. They're letting them have space in certain areas, but then when certain players get the ball, they're then really pressing. So we've just got to watch for the traps. Like, look at the minute. Konsa's got the ball here. There's nothing really to report. Konsa's got the ball. He plays it out to Cash, but no one's really putting any pressure on. And then Cash goes back to Ezri Konsa.
Yeah, it's almost like they're identifying players who are a bit too casual and who aren't, who are really controlling the game. Who are the ones
now Tielemans got a bit of space.
Here we go.
Rodgers cuts inside, plays to Tielemans, little 1-2, but just stopped on the edge of the box. Villa trying to pick it back up again after a sloppy pass from West Ham, but it does go back to the goalkeeper. Try and get Tielemans on the ball a little bit more in those areas. He's going to create something. Diouf goes back to Areola. Areola just looking to whose pass who goes to Todibo. Villa got 3 players forward now, just letting West Ham have the ball. Mavropanos now. He's just calming it down. Plays to Todibo. Todibo out to... Who's that? Fernandez into Paqueta to Magassa. Some good rotation from West Ham in that midfield, but they're not really getting too far forward with it.
No.
Fernandez again looking for Diouf, but he plays into Somerville in the middle, but he's crowded out by Kamara, and Cash then pressing him back, but he does well, keeps the ball. Cash doesn't need to foul him. Magassa now into Potts. Potts to Paqueta, who's got a bit of space. Clips it over, tries to look for Diouf, but McGinn does well to track him. And him and Cash play together and goes to Onana, who lays it back to Konsa. Konsa to Lindelof. Lindelof into Onana, who plays a nice little pass. That was better. Quick thinking to Konsa, who's got time and space now. Game just seems to settle down a bit after a pretty bizarre start to the game. It's now 1-1. Villa regaining parity in the game after Fernandez scored after 30 seconds. A Mavropanos own goal that I'm sure Ollie Watkins will try and claim, but unfortunately, I don't think he actually got a touch onto it, but it came off Mavropanos' shoulder and flew into the net. Onana, ball on the halfway line, he's got his head up. West Ham really shutting down the spaces through the middle, but Tielemans can get through down the side, and he clips it off Mavropanos for a corner. It was really intelligent play from Tielemans. He saw how they were blocking the central areas and just moved slightly to the right-hand side. And then the ball was played down the left-hand channel, and he managed to get down the sides and get Villa a corner now. So Lindelof comes into the box. He joins Watkins and Rodgers. Onana's right at the front post with Konsa. So again, is it a little bit of a set-piece routine? Tielemans goes short to Maatsen, to Kamara, across to McGinn across to Cash. Has there been a push? It goes to the back post. Onana tries to get up, but it's headed over. And he probably should have let it go through to Konsa, but he said he didn't hear him. I think he saw the headlines. And was like, I'm going for this.
It was a good set piece. It wasn't too wasteful.
Yeah. It is still 0-0 in all the other games.
Good. Hopefully Palace can do us a favour
Long
today.
kick from Areola, flicked on by Paqueta, but Consa's there to clear it. And West Ham pick the ball back up there in their own half. Mavropanos looks for Wan-Bissaka. Villa just trying to get organised again. Rodgers does well to hold him up, forces him back. Goes back to Mavropanos now to Potts, who's just picking up the ball in those deeper areas. Somerville there just looks like he's changed position slightly. He's playing more inside. Todibo now off a loose pass from Somerville, but West Ham not really getting too far forward. Now Magassa has got a bit of space to try and bring the ball forward, clips it over the top looking for Wan-Bissaka, but Maatsen looks like he's done well to get in and plays back to Bizot, who doesn't mess about with it and just gets the ball clear. Tielemans then heads it back to Onana, who's lovely cushioned header down to Rodgers. Rodgers there tries to play the pass inside, but gets the throw in off Magassa, and that was good play from Villa. Onana just loses out to Bowen there. Again, sloppy throw-in. What is it with Villa's sloppy throw-ins? Just throw it up the line. But we pick the ball back up. Lindelof now. Goes to Maatsen. Maatsen to Rodgers. Back to Maatsen. Rodgers then. Up the line. He's got a bit of space now. He's just fooled them. He's got Makassa, crosses in with the left foot towards the back post, and Diouf heads the ball over the top. Lovely ball in by Rodgers. I mean, that's just Rodgers to a T, isn't it? Like, he does a terrible throw in, puts Onana in trouble, and then a beautiful cross in with his left foot, and puts West Ham under intense pressure. And a great clearing header from Diouf, because McGinn was right behind him. And it's a corner to Villa. This time, I think Cash is going to take it. He's got his hand up. Slightly different setup now. Everyone's more on the edge of the box. Good deep cross. And it's gone out for another corner.
Nice.
This time, McGinn's going to take it. Over 100 of you in the chat. Thank you so much for joining us. Please do hit the like button and do hit that subscribe button if you are new to the channel. We have just gone past 6,300 subscribers, so please do help us on the journey to 10k. Villa with the corner. McGinn. Oh, good fist away by Areola, but picked up by Maatsen, but it's a free kick. I think there was a foul on the goalkeeper somewhere along the line. Just seeing the goal here for Villa. McGinn given time. And yeah, it was a strange one because Mavropanos actually pushed Watkins out of the way and forgot to get his head out the way. And then it came off his head and went in. Maybe
it's one of them, isn't it? Like you've done your job as a defender, but then just an unlucky touch just forces it into the back of the net.
Yeah, maybe if you'd have spent less time pushing Watkins out the way and concentrating on getting yourself out the way, you might not have conceded the own goal. But, you know, it is what it is. West Ham now just playing the ball across the back. Fernandes now has changed positions. He's on the right-hand side, plays into Magassa. Todibo to Paqueta, who's got a little bit of space to operate in. Clips the ball over the top to Diouf. Tries to get a ball in, claiming for a handball. Still picks a ball. Great crossing, but Consa this time manages to get the ball clear. Head, and it's a goal again. Bowen. And this, I don't think it's going to be given offside.
Surely offside.
Again, standing watching. We get a cross comes in from Diouf. We head it clear. No one's on the edge of the box. It's a first time shot. I think maybe from Fernandes again. And Bowen's on hand to put the ball into the net. I'm trying to see if someone was offside. Was Diouf offside in the original run-up to the play? Then he's claiming handball. He reacts well. He gets a brilliant cross in. Konsa heads it clear. Potts on the edge of the box. No, he's not offside because Konsa didn't get out quick enough. And Bowen just is there on hand to react to the shot and puts it into the roof of the net. It's 2-1.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
this is not good. But we're
Twice
all at sea.
Cons just not getting up quick enough and then losing the ball.
We're all at sea at the back. Exactly like Gary said. I was just about to say that. We look all at sea at the back. Oh, these are the VAR checks still.
Probably going back to the original area lineup.
I'm trying to see what they're saying here. Thanks, Jem, for tuning in. It's terrible defending, regardless of whether this is given or not, but I think it's going to be given.
I think it'd be given. I don't think there's an offside in this.
No, it's a goal. So it's West Ham 2, Aston Villa 1, and that casual sort of approach has come back to bite Villa again. It's a strange game, Gemma. West Ham giving us a lot of space to play, but Villa just really far too casual in possession and just making mistake after mistake at the back. But then when we do attack, we look like we can get through them. Onana and Rodgers doing well. Villa got to get back into this. Yeah, 3 shots, 3 goals. Kamara to Onana now. They will certainly drop right back in and defend now. Cash to Kamara. I feel like, again, we haven't got our forward players on the ball enough, though. We haven't got Tielemans on the ball enough. We haven't got Watkins in the game enough. Just messing about with it too much. Lindelof can't find a way through, but we're walking with the ball here, Martin. Why are we walking?
We're asleep. It's just as simple as that. We are asleep at this minute. We need to wake up.
Lindelof to Rodgers, trying to inject a bit of pace inside to Onana. But again, slowed down again. Konsa back to Onana. It's too easy at the minute. It's too easy. We're not moving the ball. Kamara out to Cash. Poor ball. Dropping Matty Cash back to Konsa again. Lindelof. We're giving the ball to players who can't unlock defense. We need to get the ball into players who can. Maatsen too long on the ball there, and it's cleared by West Ham. Konsa now goes all the way back to Bizarre, and this is very frustrating. Very, very, very frustrating because it's sloppy play from Villa. Maatsen now, a bit of space, looks for a long ball over to Watkins. Watkins brings it down well. Plays a lovely ball to Konsa, who's got Kamara's got a bit of time, but West Ham got all the players back. Clipped over by Tielemans, but kind of lost momentum there just a little bit. Free kick to Villa. Somerville pushed Kamara over. I think that's the way, though. We've got to go a bit more direct.
Yeah, kind of have to do that. Be a bit direct. Change the approach to this game. Really need to wake up here because we fell asleep on both occasions and West Ham have punished us.
Well, the point is Martin, at 2-1 up, West Ham can afford to drop all their players back. And with Villa defending as they are at the minute, they know that they're going to get a chance.
Yeah, they know they can catch us on the counter.
Yeah. Gemma, it's not that Onana's been that bad. He hasn't been that bad. He's just at times been really casual in possession. Cross comes in. Onana does head it back across. Villa, ball bounce in the box, but it's a free kick. Somehow given. I don't know how.
I think they're looking for
there seem to be bodies in the box all over, but Potts went down and it was given as a free kick. It's Nottingham Forest 1, Tottenham 0.
They're looking at something here. I think they're looking at something.
No, I think he's just telling him where to take the...
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't see what went wrong there.
Saying a push in the back on Onana. Yeah, it's just play on. battling in midfield again. Tielemans comes out the better after a good tap challenge by Amadou Onana. I don't know what's been given here. Is it a free kick to Villa? Again, scrappy.
Yeah.
Feels like, again, some changes needed at half-time to inject a bit of life into Villa. I don't know what. I don't know if it's a Daniel Marlin in a certain position playing alongside Watkins, but something needs to
maybe
happen.
bring on a Buendia.
Yeah, Buendia. Maybe take one of Onana or Kamara off. Get Tielemans. We need to get Tielemans in the game somehow. Konsa. Again, just standing on the ball. Villa very static at the minute. Need to try and get Rodgers involved more. Maatsen tries to play it up the line into Rodgers, but he hadn't quite read it. But West Ham really deep. Bowen now is looking to try and get a free kick. He's keeping the ball well. But Villa crowd him out. Maatsen picks it back up, but has to go all the way back to halfway line to Konsa. We can move the ball quickly. We can get players into positions before West Ham get back, but we don't. And they've managed to organise themselves. Konsa's got the ball on the halfway line. Plays to Onana. Again, Villa playing walking football at the moment. Lindelof now. Got a bit of time to run into. Plays to Rodgers. Rodgers not really hurt the opposition yet. Just comes inside with the ball. Tries to go across. Does find McGinn though. McGinn, Jinkin. Has to go back though to Konsa. Konsa to Onana. Everything. West Ham have every player within the width of the penalty box, but Maatsen's got a bit of space down the side. Clips a cross in, and it's a goal kick. This is perfect situation for a Nuno side. Just keep defending the central areas of the goal, and just let Villa have the ball down the wide channels. At the minute, we haven't got the pace down in the wide areas to get past them. So this is why I'm thinking a Sancho, a Marlon maybe down out wide.
Wouldn't really know. It's really strange at this minute, Rich. I'd maybe go for a Buendia, try and get him into the middle area of the pitch and try and unlock the defence.
Yeah, ball back with the West Ham goalkeeper to Todibo now. Villa trying to press. Clip down the line to Somerville, but Villa crowd him out again, and Konsa goes all the way back to Bizot. Bizot now clips the ball over the top to Maatsen. Chests it down and plays to Lindelof. Lindelof back to Bizot. Villa do well there. If they can move the ball quick again, might be able to generate some space. Can we go long here? Konsa slows it down again. Now we're back to walking football. Kamara to Tielemans. Tielemans to McGinn. McGinn to Onana. He's got space again. To Lindelof. Lindelof coming forward. Maatsen's right inside now, but again, we're standing still. Someone's going to have to try and run through and take responsibility. Rodgers puts inside. Finds Tielemans to Rodgers. Just slightly, again, edged out of the ball, but it's out for a throw into Villa. We need a break. We need some pace. Someone to run at them. Maatsen to Rodgers. He gets egged out by Magassa. Too slow. Then we give the ball away. Onana gives the ball away. Somerville now running at the Villa defence. It's Somerville still running. Finds Bowen, but the ball goes out of play for a throw into Villa. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to just frustrate us and then try and carry the ball out and put us under pressure by running with the ball. But we just, it's echoes of the same type of away performance that we've had year after year. Just too casual, dominating the ball, but we've got no one at the minute who can penetrate the defense. It's just look like we're just walking around.
Yeah, too static, sloppy. Not a great first half this minute. Ideally, we need to get a goal before half time to be still in a chance, because if they go into this 2-1 at half time, they're going to have a really good approach and try and do the same manner.
Well, I mean, we haven't really had a shot. It's an own goal. That was the goal, but we haven't had any other shots at all in this half.
No, absolutely none. So, need to try and create something from somewhere.
Paqueta now has got a bit of space. Plays to Wan-Bissaka, to Bowen, back to Wan-Bissaka, and now Paqueta. They're just passing the ball around nicely. Todibo now looks for Mavropanos into Paqueta, and ball down the channel to Bowen in a dangerous position. He gets a low crossing, but Lindelof clears, but it's only as far as Wan-Bissaka. I mean, they look far more dangerous when they do get on the attack. Paqueta then tries a little through ball, but again, Villa way too casual, but managed to get the ball clear. Now Tielemans has got a bit of space to operate in, finds McGinn. McGinn drops it off to Rodgers, takes a lovely pass in his stride, and he's still going to Kamara. Kamara to Watkins, just slows it down. Watkins in the box. Oh, what are you doing? Why didn't he have a shot? Now West Ham on the attack. Paqueta.
All the help we can get in here.
Bowen now beats Maatsen. Drops it back. Oh, someone just gets a foot on it. Now McGinn. Long ball. Looking for Watkins in the channel, but I think Todibo's going to get there in front of him. Watkins putting him under pressure. And he manages to get the ball clear. It's stretched the game, but Villa just not getting... I don't know what's happened. Has the ref stopped it? Yeah, it looks like he has. No, he hasn't. What was that? Why was no one getting forward then?
I haven't had a shot all game. You do all the hard work, getting out, playing out from the back, you get into a really good position, and you don't even take the shot, and you just lose it, and then you're being caught in the back foot again. Like, take the shot.
Yeah. This is a really strange atmosphere to the game at the moment. Like, that long ball there from McGinn, and Watkins was chasing Todibo, and then there wasn't a Villa player within 50 yards of him. Every Villa player was back inside their own half. It was very strange. I thought the referee had stopped the game for something.
Yeah, I mean,
and here we're just walking with the ball. Right, Konsa, ball on the halfway line. Tielemans, back to Lindelof. To Tielemans again. Lindelof coming forward. Tries to find a through ball into Rodgers, but it's too far. To Magassa. Wan-Bissaka, Villa putting pressure on, but it's cleared by West Ham. Potts, though, picks it up to Magassa now. West Ham can bring it clear. Clipped over the top. Diouf running forward with it. McGinn trying to stop him, and McGinn puts it out of play. This is very frustrating. Somerville. And he gets the free kick, and it's a yellow card to Kamara. They're getting frustrated here. This is very poor. This is again though. But this is what I was concerned about. This is what I mentioned, that at some point, you know, you are going to lose the game. You are going to put in a disappointing performance. There is something that is going to step in the way, and this was my fear that was going to happen in this. And it almost doesn't matter the opposition. It's just by law of averages, something's going to get in the way to the performance. That's the, you know, it's so even the teams that win. I mean, we've won 7 Premier League games in a row. Even the Man Cities will lose a game at some point in a run of 7 or 8 wins. They will. They just will.
Yeah, and currently Man City are 1-0 up against Crystal Palace.
Well, there you go. Ball into the box. Villa managed to get it clear. Tillemans, nice play on the edge of the box. Finds Maatsen. Maatsen now trying to go up the line, but is crowded out by West Ham bodies. Again, we're just not moving the ball quick enough. They're isolating our players really well. We're just not getting enough. And then we're dropping down to walking pace football, and it's easy for West Ham to defend against. I'm really not understanding why we are playing walking speed football.
I don't understand it either. I mean, second half, something's really going to have to live. Unai Emery is going to have to cut through these players.
Magassa comes forward with the ball, no challenge, plays to Potts, out to Diouf. Diouf's got time and space just to take a couple of touches and then drops it back. Plays to Mavropanos now. Into Paqueta, clips the ball over the top, looking for Somerville, but Cash gets a header on it, but Somerville read it well, and he can try and beat a man, but he's out for a goal kick to Aston Villa. Some of these away games as well, I always debate as to whether McGinn's the best player to be out wide. I always feel like McGinn should be in the middle and in the thick of the action.
Yeah, should be in that midfield battle for me is right. He's got plenty of physicality. He should be in there, but at the same time, though, we don't really have an out-and-out right winger at this minute.
Rodgers can't keep hold of it. He's out battled by Wan-Bissaka, but Villa managed to get the ball back. Rodgers now has got it. Flicks the ball over the top, but Magassa does well. Plays to Mavropanos. At the moment, West Ham comfortably winning the midfield battle against Villa. We just can't get our good players on the ball at the moment, and the game's just too spread. When West Ham have the ball, Villa's midfield just can't get tight enough. It's a free kick to West Ham. Somerville out thinking Cash. Got to get to half time and just sort it out.
It's very frustrating, even from a fan point of view. It's frustrating to how we're playing.
I'm not having it. I'm not having Leon Bailey slander in this chat. He's moved on. We don't need to talk about Leon Bailey. Leon Bailey did some great things for Aston Villa. One, two, and it's again poor play from John McGinn, and it's a yellow card. Somerville absolutely battering us down the right hand side. Just a blatant block from McGinn there.
Knew what he was doing.
Bizot plays the ball well. Oh, was it Cash? Cash got the yellow card. I thought McGinn got the yellow card.
Probably got the yellow card for the pull.
Sean said it's a standard Villa half. Things will change in the second. We definitely need some changes at half time, though.
Yeah. Bundia and Marlon on for me.
Yeah, I'll take a draw now, Gary. Definitely take a draw now. Bizot just taking a bit of time now. I think he just got a bit of an elbow in the midriff. Referee just stopping it. He's bounced the ball back to Bizot and plays to Konsa. Can Villa get back into this before half time? It's currently West Ham 2, Aston Villa 1. Really poor play from Villa. A strange half of football, but the plan from Nuno has absolutely been executed to perfection. They've let Villa have the ball. They've let Villa get themselves lulled into a false sense of security. And really, Villa have been too sloppy in possession and just not created anything at all with enough pace and enough bite, enough skill to get in behind. And just, Again, here, Rodgers and Maatsen trying to work the ball down the left-hand side, but again, it just gets blocked out. We need to get the ball into the middle, central areas. This is where West Ham want us. Again, terrible, terrible throw-in. Puts us under pressure. We managed to get the ball now in the central area. Cash now coming forward with it. Looks to get the ball in the box. Finds Rodgers on the edge box. Got a bit of space. Hits the shot. Oh, curling shot. Just over the bar. I think it was always going over. At least it's a shot on goal, though. Not on target, but a shot on goal at least.
It's a decent effort. Decent effort.
Had the right shape about it. But this is what you've got to do. You've got to take shots, Martin, because if you're taking shots, that means that they're going to have to, at some point, come out and try and press you. But we just haven't got into any position to take a shot on goal apart from then.
No, they haven't even created enough. The final pass this half really hasn't been good enough. The only really shot we got off, obviously, just there. So hopefully we can try and build on that in the second half.
Yeah. McGinn does quite well to get a free kick there on the just inside the West Ham half. 2 minutes of stoppage time to go. Conte now trying to bring the ball forward. Plays to Maatsen. Maatsen to Rodgers. Rodgers now got a bit of space. Tries to attack the box, but a good tackle from Magassa. Rodgers didn't and then it's pushed over from Tielemans. Why are you doing that? Stupid decision.
No need for it. Up in their pitch, up in their half of the pitch. Absolutely no need to be doing that.
I wish it was Stella. It's not, unfortunately. Over 160 of you in the chat, nearly 200 of you watching this. Please do hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. That's what's going to cheer us up, at least at this moment in time. Maatsen there under real pressure. Shot by Somerville, but it's wide. Again, on the edge of the box here, Villa playing themselves into trouble. Let's just get into half-time, please. Let's get into half-time, 2-1 down. This has been an absolute horror show at the minute for Villa. Not playing like we're third in the league at all.
Oh, I'm feeling like we're in a relegation dogfight.
Yeah. Cash coming forward with it. Last 10-15 seconds of the first half. Drops it to McGinn, to Kamara. Kamara now clips the ball into the box. Switch pass, but Wan-Bissaka read it well. Heads it clear, but Maatsen picks it up. I think the referee's going to blow up if we don't. He's going to blow up now. There we go. And that's half-time. It's West Ham 2, Aston Villa 1. And Fernandes with the goal inside 30 seconds after a terrible mistake from Ezri Konsa. Villa get back on level terms on 10 minutes with an own goal from Mavropanos. But then Jared Bowen, after a shot from the edge of the box from Freddie Potts, flicks it into the net, and West Ham are 2-1 up. And to be honest, they absolutely deserve it. Villa have been slow, lethargic, not really got into the game, been sloppy, made too many sloppy passes, too many sloppy mistakes, and have really approached it way too casually. And you can't even say that it's the likes of Bizot in goal or Lindelof playing that's caused the problem. It's just too many of Villa's players in midfield have been way off it. I think Onana has been really mixed. At some points, he's put some good tackles in, but at other points, he's just looked like he's too slow on the ball. Kamara has been hassled and not really got into the game enough. We haven't got Tielemans in the game at all. They've shut off any sort of pass into Yuri Tielemans. McGinn looks wasted on the right-hand side, just can't get him into the game at all, and then he gets frustrated towards the back end of the first half. Rodgers just looking again, really too casual on the ball at times, but then we know that he can produce absolute moments of brilliance. And then Ollie Watkins, does well for the goal, but then has his other opportunity to shoot and just gives it away. But to be honest, it's a similar tale of lone strikers where we just don't get them in the game enough. I mean, it was the same story in midweek for Marlon, just not getting them in the game enough. And I'm just yeah, just not a good enough half for me, Martin. I don't know whether you would agree with that, how you would sum it up, but just not a good enough half at all.
No, very static, sloppy. Literally from the first minute, Cons are losing the ball. West Ham get a goal, really lift our confidence up. Obviously we get a goal ourselves, albeit an own goal, but that really should have kicked us on, and it didn't. West Ham still played their game. They're still trying to execute their game plan, and they've got their due awards with a second goal again with another sloppy defending. Cons are not getting there quick enough. He really has been asleep today. He needs to wake up. But it's very frustrating watching it, Rich, because we go and beat Arsenal. You're talking about being in a title race. You go and beat Basel. You're sitting third in the Europa League. Now you're talking about winning that competition. And then this is the performance that we're seeing so far. And it's night and day, isn't it, between the contrast of performances? Because we should, in my opinion, be beating West Ham at this minute. Now, yes, I would expect them to try and be on the front foot, like I said earlier on, but not if it means that Villa are going to perform poorly. And that's just exactly what it's been.
Yeah, it's not. And look, we've said before, you're not going to win every game, and the result is least important to me at the moment than the performance. If we were 2-1 down after attack after attack, after being really pressing well, after quite a few chances missed, and we've made the goalkeeper make saves, and yeah, fair enough, we'd had a mistake at the start of the game that's caused a goal. I'll be like, you know what? I can see us getting back into this. I can see us, if we continue playing as we're playing, we'll get the win. It's the level of performance that's the problem. It's not the result. It's the level of performance. We know we've got 45 minutes to turn it around, which is the one benefit. But we're just so slow. We're so lethargic. There's no movement. There's no one taking responsibility. And it's this same old story that we seem to get in away games against teams that are lower in the table. We've had this against Brentford. We had this against Everton. We had this in the first half against Leeds. We've had this so many times where we've had these type of away games where we've been way too casual, almost to the point of being complacent, and we've got punished. And then, as I keep saying, as soon as you go behind against these teams, particularly Nuno teams, they're just going to sit back. They're going to frustrate, and it's going to be a setup where it's more likely that West Ham will score than Villa will score if we continue to play as we're playing right now.
Yeah, I feel like this game for me right now needs a Buendia and a Malin. Try and get Buendia into them little pockets of space where we can get them, and try and get Malin in behind. A touch bang finish. I really think that this game is going to suit Malin to a T, because when you have a team that's playing on the back foot like a West Ham, who you can try and get a touch bang finish, and that's where I think Malin is good. Like we've seen it in games against Fulham, we've seen it in games against Burnley, where Malin just got a touch bang and finish, and that's just what you need, I think, in this game right now. And that's, for me, it's going to be the perfect suiting for Malin here.
Let's just get some of the comments. Gamesden says Emery needs to get into them. Gary says Wolves were better than this yesterday. Andy says 9 points in a week has taken its toll. Dave says it does concern when Villa fans get all cocky before fixtures like this one. Always the type of fixtures we trip up in. I do agree to an extent, but I don't think it's cockiness to say that we should be beating these teams and we're confident of a win. But as I say, it's the level of performance that's the problem. That's the main issue that I think is the real problem at the minute. We need Martinez back. Lee says absolutely dire. I cannot stand the lethargic approach to games. It's no winning mentality whatsoever. That's what's frustrating me. It's the lethargic nature. Hylas said we need Danny Dyer's daughter to start an argument with Bowen. Dave said they can stick 11 behind the ball now, and I'm not sure we have the quality to break that down. Yeah, that's the worry for me. And AVFC85 says teams that sit deep we do struggle with. Carrie says, watch the replay. The first goal concert was awful, but Robin a living Olsen 2.0 goes to his knees for what? Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much blame you can put on Beezer. I must say, maybe should have asked for the ball earlier from Konsa. That might have been an issue that why Konsa was reluctant to play the pass. Brock says halfway through, Villa can still win this, no problem. 2 goals is all we need and don't concede more stupid goals. I agree, but we've got to really turn around the performance. We can get back into this, says Charlie. I believe our mentality is a lot better. Hopefully, nothing to do with this nothing to do with West Ham. It's us, says Gary. I totally agree. They're all miles off it today, says Jimmy. And George says, struggling here. Nuno knows how to set up against us. We miss Pau setting the tempo with the passing from the back. Yeah, Nuno does, and obviously Forest he has done before. But we've beaten Nuno teams before. It's not a case of that. We just need to get more tempo into the game. We need a week off, but we get one after this. Ross says Yuri's too far up the pitch. Yeah, we're not getting him into the game at all. Get our attackers on. Our defenders aren't defending anyway. Yeah, Jonathan says, I'm right. We just don't control or dominate away games. I feel our away wins could have easily gone to the home team. Max says, West Ham 2, Aston Villa 3. That was predictable. Damien Vidagani was right. Emery designs these slow build-up. I think he's trying to draw them out and get some space in the pockets. I agree. Get Buendia. Yeah, I mean, look, we know how Unai Emery sets up. We know the situation that he builds these passing moves on, but the problem is at the moment is that West Ham are understanding of that, and they're really flooding the central areas, totally flooding the central areas, and we've got the space out wide, but we don't have the pace out wide, and that's part of the problem. We need to get the pace out wide, so that's where we need to play. Johnny says, we're playing with 10 men. Watkins is awful. Beezer and Power, big losses. We need 2 strikers and a winger. Do you know what? You could play anyone. We're not getting the ball to the forwards. As I say, Watkins had one opportunity to shoot where he didn't shoot and he gave the ball away, which is very frustrating. But I don't think you can blame Ollie Watkins. We're not getting the ball forward quickly enough. And that's part of the problem. Not far away from home. We struggled at Wolves and Forest. Fair enough. No player is safe from being subbed today. It says it all. Jeff says Buendia and Marlon on, Onana and Watkins off. Yeah, I meant Emmy. Yeah. I do. Well, look, Emmy Martinez is going to be a difficult for any team. But as I say, Bezos maybe could have called for the ball earlier from Ezri Konsa. Maybe Ezri Konsa doesn't dilly-dally on the ball if Martinez is in goal. But the second goal, Bezos got no chance with that. And as I say, I mean, if you substituted Watkins for Marlon, I just don't think that's the issue. I think the issue is in field. I think we probably need to take Amadou Onana off, put Tielemans back into that midfield position, and probably bring Buendia on. I think you're right in what you're saying, Martin. And then later on in the game, you've then got a choice of taking McGinn off and bringing Marlon on, or you take Watkins off and bring Marlon on. I think those are the issues there. I think I don't think that Daniel Marlon, with the current setup of how Villa are operating, I don't think Daniel Marlon does any different to Watkins up front on his own. I think we would have the same result. Yeah,
you're absolutely right. I feel like we probably should play 2 up top, probably play Marlon and Watkins together. I probably do agree with the comments of taking Onana off, let Yuri Tielemans fall a bit deeper. Try and see if we can get Rodgers in a bit more central as well. He's not really getting any joy out wide at this minute, so have to try and find something from somewhere. And I feel like a Buendia and a Marlon will come on and try and be creative, try and get the balls in behind the West Ham defence. And like I say, Marlon, just a touch, bang, and finish. That's what this game is going to take, and I feel like this is going to suit him.
Yeah, because the thing is, right, when you play McGinn, Tielemans, and Rodgers as that attacking 3, they're very rigid, right? Because you've almost got to keep Tielemans in that central area, and then that means that Rodgers and McGinn have to stay in those wide areas. Whereas if Buendia's in there and a Marlon's in there, then those 3 can be quite fluid, and that's where you see Buendia drifting out to the right, Rodgers coming into the middle, because you've got more movement that's where I think we'll probably get, because we've been way too static and too easy for West Ham to defend again.
Yeah.
And that's the problem.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, it is very static, and obviously Tielemans is more. I think Tielemans is more of a deep line playmaker, if you will. He tends to find great passes in between the lines, and that's when we kind of really get our joy possession. I really don't. I understand why people would probably say they would want Tielemans a bit further forward because that's what he does, but sometimes what you're really good at doesn't mean you're going to be good at that further up the pitch. Because he's very static, Tielemans, when he's further up, but when he's kind of a bit as like an 8 or a 6, he is a little bit more flexible. He looks for the balls in different areas then, and that's where I feel like he gets a bit more joy. So I feel like a Buendia coming on will absolutely try and get that. The Tielemans into Buendia, and then a Buendia can try and get a shot off if he can, or anything at all just in this game, because we've only had one shot. It wasn't even on target, albeit it was a good effort. But that being said, a team of our quality should be having a lot more chances in this game.
Yeah. Well, we're going to see what changes are made at halftime. Currently, the other scores in the other games: Crystal Palace 0, Manchester City 1, Nottingham Forest 1, Tottenham 0, Sunderland 0, Newcastle 0, and obviously West Ham 2, Aston Villa 1. Not a good first half for Villa at all, but we know we can turn it around. It wasn't a good situation against Brighton, although we did manage to turn that around by half time. We know it wasn't a good situation at Leeds. We were 1-0 down at half time and then turned it around in the second half. So we know that we can do it. We just need to show that we've got more about us. Play with some more urgency, play with some more movement, and get more shots on goal. We've had one other shot on goal, really, Martin, and that was the shot from Rodgers. But we haven't got the ball into the box anywhere near enough. And we've tried these little 1-2s down the sides. But West Ham, like I say, that's just meat and drink to West Ham. We've got to get the ball into the box, into areas where we can hurt them.
Yeah, absolutely. And West Ham, they are playing well. They are defending really well. And I have to give credit where it's due from that part. But that being said, in our perspective, it's too static, it's too lazy, it's casual at times. Rodgers thinks like he's got the ball, he's got all the time in the world to try and pick out a pass when he really doesn't, because Wan-Bissaka's doing a good job on him. Then you've got McGinn out there, like I said, he's being very static, and Diouf is doing, holding him up too, and then the fullbacks are then bombing on because they know Rodgers and McGinn is probably a bit isolated at times, and it is frustrating us, but we have to come into the second half now and hopefully change something and really turn this game around, because if we want to be in this so-called title race, games like these are the ones you need to win.
Yeah, well, right now I'd definitely take a point. Just to, if the winning run is to come to an end at some point, then you don't want it to be to defeat. You want it to kind of be to a draw, and then you just reset and and then go again. But I just take a bit more urgency in our performance at the moment. I think we've just got to take small steps. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Let's actually look like we can pass the ball to one of our teammates first. Let's get a shot on target. At least if we can get a shot on target, then we can build from there, because that first half was absolutely woeful. Emery doesn't look like he's had too much of a go at the players. He hasn't made any changes at half time.
No.
So if you tell me when you've kicked off, mate, and I will. Are you going to be at the same time speed as me now?
I am still in the same time with you. I have Tielemans here in the centre of the pitch.
Right, cool. So Tielemans about to kick off. If you want to sync up with us, we are off now. And it's Onana to Kamara. And Cash goes back to Konsa. And it's difficult to see at the moment because of all the bubbles on the screen. Bizot clips the ball out to Maatsen, who plays the ball back to Lindelof. Lindelof tries to play a ball into Watkins, but it's tackled. But Villa pick it up with Kamara. I don't know if a free kick was given somewhere along the line to someone. Someone on Magassa. I don't know what the referee saw there, but he's given a free kick.
Which way is it? Even the West Ham players.
I have no idea.
The West Ham players are not sure which way it's gone either. Or is it a stoppage of injury?
No, I think he's given a free kick. It was Onana on Magassa. And he just got there. It was just Onana put his foot on the floor.
Yeah, just late.
And Magassa got the slide tackle in front of him. But I don't think that was a free kick. No, but again, this is exactly what West Ham will want, because it's just interrupting the flow. There's nothing going on at the minute. They should be getting him off the pitch, to be fair. If the trainers come on, you've got to take him off the pitch. Just hurry up. But yeah, exactly what West Ham will want.
Sunderland's currently 1-0 up, and Nottingham Forest have just scored a second goal against Tottenham.
Well, those results going in Villa's favour. So, Hudson-Odoi with a double for Nottingham Forest. So, dangerous free kick here for West Ham. Clipped in. Headed down. And it's a goal kick. But
free kick,
given a free kick. What's this guy doing getting in the referee's face? He got a yellow card in there. Yeah, Todibo pulled him back. And Paqueta getting in people's way. It was headed down by contact play, but there was about 4 fouls in the box, so I have no idea what they were moaning about. Kamara to Konsa. Emery trying to get Villa players pushed further forward. Kamara now. Villa players looking like they're hiding a little bit from the ball. Maatsen not sure where he should be. Konsa goes out to Cash. West Ham with every player behind the ball. Again, poor by Potts there. Has got to be a yellow card. Just completely hacks Tielemans down, and Tielemans saying he elbowed him in the face. Just forearm him in the face there.
Late.
There's no need for that.
Very late. Should have been the yellow card.
I don't think he got a yellow for it either.
No, he didn't even get a talking to either.
Bees up with the ball. Villa not started this half in any way that leads me to see it's any different to the half before. Lindelof tries to clip it forward into Watkins, who brings it down well. Plays to Maatsen. That's what we need. Maatsen then goes long looking for Rodgers, who brings it down well. He's allowed to bring it down. Switches the play to McGinn. McGinn, it's a poor clip down for Kamara. Poor by McGinn there. That was, I know, but I did see what he was trying to do. But if that was Ollie Watkins that did that, what would people be saying?
Yeah, very true. Very true.
It's poor technique. Villa on the attack now. Tielemans clips it in. Rodgers brings it down. Yes!
Yes!
He brought it down beautifully. Took his time. Puts it in the bottom corner. And Villa 2-2. And look, you haven't got to do anything crazy. You haven't got to do anything out of the ordinary. Just give the ball to players who are good. Get the ball into them in space and just do the simple things. We won the ball back well. McGinn into Kamara. Kamara with a nice little ball down the line to Tielemans. Tielemans clips the ball in nicely. Rodgers must have called Watkins because Watkins ducks out the way. He's got time to take his touch. To be fair, there's players on the line, but he finds the corner beyond Wan-Bissaka, and Villa are level now at 2-2, and Morgan Rodgers gets Villa back into this game.
Absolutely brilliant. That's what goes to show the communication. Because remember earlier, Konsa obviously trying to call the ball. Onana got a missed chance there. Bit of a difference there. Communication from Rodgers. Let it go. Boom. Bottom corner finish. 2-2. Plenty of time in this match. Come on, Villa. One more.
We need. Well, I'll set up. I want 2 more, mate. But yeah,
2 more. Even.
Again, do you know what as well? Do you know what the difference is there? Tielemans was in the right-hand side position. And Rodgers had drifted into the middle. So we've got more movement there.
Yeah. That's all it takes. A little bit of movement. Just try and drift players out of position. That's exactly what happened, and we got our due rewards for it.
Now, Lindelof got a bit of space to drive with the forward with the ball, but he loses out to Potts. Potts now coming forward. Onana's filtered into position. Maatsen now trying to hold off Bowen, but Bowen clips it in. But Onana, who did come back really well there, gets a header on it and gets it clear. Just Lindelof there, just taking it a bit too far forward. I don't mind him driving forward with the ball, but you've just got to make sure you keep control of it.
Yeah, probably should have released it that little bit earlier. Just the extra touch put him into trouble.
Yeah. What? How many likes are we on, people? We've got nearly 200 of you in the chat. Can we get 100 likes? I don't know if we might even be on that already. I haven't done a check. So someone in the chat can give me a check. But if you haven't liked already, please do smash the like button. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Villa back to 2-2 against West Ham. It's been a very, very interesting game.
54
Tadibo.
likes.
54. Come on, people. We've got 160 of you in the chat. Come on. 100 likes. Tadibo coming forward with the ball. Looking for Diouf down the left-hand side. Cash trying to hold him up, but Cash is on a yellow card. Got to be careful. Manages to filter it out for a throw-in. West Ham have reacted quite well to this, to going back, peg back to 2-2. Magassa now looking to take the shot, and it's safely into Bizot's arms. It could have took a deflection there. Up to 61 now. And we've got Barcelona fans giving us a like. Good man. Top man. As Prez says, get the likes up, Villa family. Bizot now. Clears it with his left foot. Looking out wide to Rodgers, who flicks it on. But Mavropanos should get onto that. And he goes all the way back to the goalkeeper. Villa can push out now. West Ham making the pitch quite big. Diouf now with the ball on the left-hand side. Goes up the line to Paqueta. Oh no, Fernandez, sorry, but McGinn does well this time, getting involved. Clips a lovely ball into the central area to Watkins. Watkins now. Can he hold it up? He does well. Still going. He just gets brought out, just gets crowded out though. Bowen now, trying to drive forward for West Ham. Maatsen trying to get back into him to slow him down. Still got it. Looks, finds Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka now clips a cross in and it's blocked by Maatsen out for a corner to West Ham. It's end-to-end stuff now. All the big men coming in. Mavropanos, Tadibo. Villa just need to settle it down. And it's has that gone in? Oh no. Free kick. Bizot didn't look very he didn't look very confident there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Mavropanos or Somerville. Oh yeah. Clear shove in the back there.
Stopping the goalkeeper from getting any momentum.
Yeah, it was a bit nasty. Not nasty, but you know what I mean. It was obvious.
One of them just
nice play. Watkins trades passes with McGinn, trying to get away. Clips it across. Just blocked by Wan-Bissaka, but nice little bit of interplay there with Watkins and McGinn. But Rodgers still got it, trying to keep it alive. To Onana, Bill on the edge of the box. Nice little reverse pass. Just Tielemans didn't quite read it, and he's going to get a free kick there. Bit too eager for the ball there, Tielemans.
Yeah. Oh, the score's up here.
They're starting to get some. Yeah, Villa starting to get some more space, and again, the movement though is what's causing it. There, nice bit of interplay by Watkins and McGinn, and then that gives space for Rodgers to get into the middle, doesn't it, Martin?
Yeah. So thankfully now we're back in this game though, Rich. Try and really get a bit more space now. Don't really need to make a substitution just yet. Let the players fix out themselves. They've been doing that. They've been a bit more, fluid in that midfield area, really trying to create some space and dragging some players out of position. Really good to see so far this half.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Right, Villa setting up another attack now. Konsa bringing the ball forward into Kamara. Kamara just trying to get a bit of space away from Fernandes. Plays it out wide to Tielemans, who finds Maatsen, but good play there by Potts. He's had a good game.
Very good in that midfield, Potts.
Rodgers just trying to drag Wan-Bissaka out of the game. Throw in by Maatsen. Good play by Mavropanos, but good battling from Villa. But West Ham come away with the ball. Oh, great header from Konsa there. Just Somerville looked like he was getting through, but Villa again can start an attack. Maatsen into Onana. Onana's got time to turn. Just tries to settle it down. Plays to Kamara now. Cash just advancing down the right-hand side. Clipped over. From Kamara finds Cash and he plays it back to him. So it's on the halfway line now. Back to Konsa. Villa just slowing it down again. But it does seem like the space is starting to open up into McGinn now. McGinn trying to hold off the youth. He's looking for a free kick and he gets it. Just starting to frustrate West Ham a little bit now. West Ham might looking like they're getting a little bit looking a little bit tired. I don't know if they've put a lot into this first 60 minutes. Clipped up the line by Cash, but Watkins had just strayed offside. Did well against Todibo, but I think he'd just gone the wrong side.
Yeah.
Todibo to Mavropanos. It's just a bit of a knife edge this game because both teams they know that they can get around each defence. Tielemans putting good pressure on. Throw into Villa now inside West Ham half. Villa starting to force mistakes from West Ham and Magassa there holding up the game. Still no yellow card. I thought you got yellow card there for interrupting the opposition, restarting the game, but clearly not. Oh, poor ball by Lindelof. West Ham now pick it back up again. Cash with a brilliant cut out. Kamara then goes back to Bizot, putting him under pressure, but he manages to get it clear. It's a bit messy at the moment. Good header down from Watkins to Onana, but again, too casual from Onana, and the ball goes out for a throw-in. I can see what Onana's trying to do, just sort of volley it out, cushion a volley out to the wing, but there's no one there. Feel like some changes are going to have to be made, and I think Onana might need to come off, get Tielemans back into that midfield area, and get Buendia on. I think you're right.
Yeah, just try something a little bit different. Try and get a bit of a flow in that midfield. I understand Onana's trying to make it happen himself, but it's just not working out for him today, and that's just one of them days.
Yeah. Bowen, ball out on the right-hand side, and a good tackle, good tracking back from Maatsen, and he puts the ball out for a corner to West Ham. That Magassa's been quite effective in midfield. At some points he's been poor, but on other areas he's been really good, like putting pressure on our midfield.
Yeah, he seems to be doing the off the ball stuff really well, and on the ball he hasn't really got that composure.
Bowen with the cross, but Rodgers with a great header clear. Then just a poor shot from, deflected shot from Diouf from the edge of the box, and it's another corner. They are pinning Bizot in, and I mean, if I was the referee, I'd be really looking at that because it does look like a foul a lot of the time.
Yeah, and I thought they were clamping down on these rules with pulling in the box and touching on the keeper, and Anthony Taylor's not doing any of that at this minute.
Potts, corner, headed down, still bouncing around the box. Paqueta falling over, shot from the edge of the box, and again it's deflected, and it's going to be another corner. So West Ham putting Villa under a lot of pressure here. I think Onana took one in the midriff. Yeah. Nothing really. It just bounced down around in the box, but the shot from the edge of the box was deflected off Kamara, I think. It was going to go. It was going so far wide as well. It's a shame. It shows you if you have the shots. Right, cross comes in from Bowen, and Bezot punches it clear. It's only as far as the youth, but he tries a volley.
It's good.
Absolutely.
Overly bad.
Exactly. Scores still the same as we said before. So Crystal Palace 0, Manchester City 1, Nottingham Forest 2, Tottenham 0, Sunderland 1, Newcastle 0, and West Ham 2, Aston Villa 2 as it stands at the moment. 196 of you in the chat. Can we get over that 200 mark? Can we get over 100 likes in the chat as well, please, people? Can Villa get this victory after what's been a pretty poor performance so far? But we are 2-2 as it stands. Goals from Mavropanos' own goal and Morgan Rogers in this second half. Villa just playing it out across the back. Bezot does well to find Maatsen. He's under pressure from Bowen, but finds Rogers. But Rogers there trying to look for Maatsen, and he plays it out of play. And we're playing ourselves into trouble again. Potts now goes out to Diouf. Since our goal, we've really sat back. Somerville now manages to find Diouf. Cash trying to edge him out of play, and it's a goal kick to Villa.
Could do with a change here now, to be honest.
Yeah, I wonder what Unai's thinking. Is he thinking we just need to work our way out of this problem?
Yeah. Kind of needs a bit of fresh legs though at the same time. Marlon's coming on here. Who's he coming on for? Yeah.
I think he's saying to pull people. Onana's coming up.
Tielemans dropping back in, so
yeah, it's got to be. It's got to be.
And before you obviously interrupted there with saying Onana's coming off, obviously Unai Emery was saying to Marlon, try and play off the shoulder of the West Ham defence, try and get some joy in behind, let our midfield get the ball and create that space that way. Hopefully that can happen.
Yeah. Lindelof now. Just bringing the ball forward tentatively, finds Maatsen. Maatsen finds Rogers, and the ball goes out of play for a West Ham throw. We've got to try and get the ball into the central areas. Wan-Bissaka gives it away to Maatsen. Maatsen now trying to come forward with the ball. Finds Watkins. Watkins plays a lovely little pass to Rogers. Rogers now running at Mavropanos. The poor pass looking for McGinn, but McGinn wins it back. Marlon now. Marlon's getting pulled back. Hits the shot. Oh,
good effort.
Good effort. Parried down by Areola. Now West Ham looking to break. Somerville. And it's handball by Somerville, I think.
Yeah. I thought it looked like a high foot there from Konza at the minute, but obviously not. Great effort from Marlon. Good to have that impact on. Told you, Rich. Just get that ball. Get it up. Look up. Shoot. Bang. And that's what can happen.
Well, this is it. I mean, if you get the ball through the sort of press, the initial press, then West Ham are quite poor at the back. Marlon now, again, puts an early cross in, but just blocked by Mavropanos. Villa just putting under pressure. McCash now. Should have just played the pass, but gets the free kick.
Now we're on top, lads. Come on, that substitution was great. That should fire us up here.
Tielemans. T-Wiz Australia. Stop being silly with the trying to spoil us. McGinn trying to hold off Diouf, but Diouf is wise to his antics. I feel like it's been a really mixed game for John McGinn as well.
Yeah, at times he's done well and win the ball back, but then on the possession of the ball, he hasn't really offered too much. So it's a tipsy-turvy game for him, all right.
Yeah. Watkins, nice layoff to Matson, who tried to stride through, but Wan-Bissaka with a lovely tackle, and now West Ham are back on the attack, but they hold it up. Bowen now with the ball on the right-hand side. They go back to the halfway line to Mavropanos across to Todibo. Out to Diouf. Oh, no West Ham changes as yet either. Todibo now coming forward. Plays out wide to Somerville. Somerville down that left-hand side trying to take on Cash. Kamara, he cuts inside well, hits the shot, but it bounces up in the air, and Villa managed to pick it up. Kamara just trying to get something for Villa. I don't think he's going to get anything at the minute. Fernandez does well against him, and Kamara ends up pulling him back. And it goes out for a throw-in to West Ham. West Ham certainly been up for the battle here. Todibo into Magassa. Drops back to Todibo again. Nice little reverse pass into Fernandez. Has got a bit of space to Paqueta. Paqueta now down the side to Bowen. Hits the shot and it's a goal. And it's a great finish by Bowen. And that's 3-2 to West Ham. Really, really poor from Villa. Or was the ref giving it off? Is the linesman giving it offside?
Offside.
Ooh.
Look tight. Look tight. Here we go. Not there. Not there.
Yeah, just offside.
Great finish, but goes to show.
This is the risk, though, Martin. This is the risk when you bring on a Marlon. When you do bring on a Donyell Marlon, there's going to be more danger. There's going to be more space for the opposition. But he was offside. So we get away with it there.
Got away with it. Have to wake up from that. I know last time we didn't wake up against Basel, so we've got to wake up from that one.
Yeah. Good. I just want to note there's been 4 times where the ball's gone forward and Watkins has either gathered it or won a free kick for Villa. And that's exactly what you want to do with now he's got someone up front with him. He's got opportunities now to get into spaces to receive the ball.
Yeah. Try and hold up, try and win fouls in good areas of the pitch, try and disrupt West Ham just a little bit. And hopefully we can try and get something from it now. And if we can, that'll be all good. That goes to show the impact that Marlon can have on the pitch and as well for Watkins having a bit of space to get the ball now. Yeah.
This is where we need to stop playing the ball across the back. Just get the ball forward. Beezer. Again, plays to Lindelof. We're not good enough here in this area. Lindelof. Now he plays a nice ball into McGinn. McGinn's brought down by Todibo. And is there going to be a yellow card yet? No, still no yellow card. But if we've got more players in attacking positions, it seems like it would make sense to play a little bit more direct. Tillemans to Matson. Back to Tillemans again. Finds Konza. We've just slowed it down a little bit too much to Cash. He's getting out-thought by Somerville. Come on, Cash. Into Tillemans. Trades passes with Kamara back to Konza. Let's get the ball into areas further up the pitch. You've got 2 players up top. Get it forward into the channels. Konza just messing about with the ball. Cash now. Now he goes up the line, but he's put too much on it. And it goes through into the goal to the goalkeeper.
I mean, I don't mind if he puts too much on it, but
no, at least it's intent. Yeah, exactly, Martin. At least it shows a bit of intent. Yeah, like at least if we keep the ball in their areas, in their half, we're not as it stands today, mate. We're not playing well enough to play the ball across the back. So it makes sense to just get the ball forward.
Yeah, route one. You've two up top. Try get runs in behind, and just go from there. There we go. Look.
There we go. Again, a bit too much on it, but it's
It's
the
the
right.
intent. I don't mind the intent. One of them is going to pull off eventually.
Jem, I'm from Stourbridge originally. I think Watkins.
And I'm not from Birmingham, as you can tell.
And West Ham with a free kick, Magassa to Potts. Just trading passes there. This game is definitely on a bit of a knife edge here. Both teams will be thinking about other substitutions to make. Watkins again brings down Mavropanos, but the referee plays on. Clip down the right-hand channel to Bowen, who's been very sharp for West Ham today. But Maatsen does well, but it's a corner to West Ham.
Come on, lads.
Just got to get over this little bit.
Hey, we'd be lucky to come away with 3 points today, Rich.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think Watkins has been awful. I don't think he's been brutal at all. I mean, he's been all right. Cross comes in, and it's gone out for a goal kick.
Yeah. Like I say, I don't think Watkins has been awful. It's not as if he's had many clear-cut chances, so he's having to work hard and try and bring people into the game. So it's just a different approach that he has to do today, and that's just the way it is.
Yeah, I think there's in areas of our midfield that have been way too sloppy. Man City have gone 2-0 up.
Phil Foden.
Now McGinn's got some space.
There we go.
Yes, lovely little dummy. He's still got the space to operate in. Finds Rodgers out wide. Roger with a cross to Marlon. Oh, it was just behind him.
Oh, the touch. The pass back just too bit behind Marlon there.
On. What is the referee done here now?
He stopped here for head injury. That's it.
Oh.
Jeez. Just a pass back from Rodgers there, just behind Marlon. Try to get a touch, and then here we go. Digne and Emi Buendia is coming on.
Stourbridge is in between Wolverhampton and Birmingham. Near Dudley. Yeah. Buendia and Digne coming on. So I imagine Watkins will be coming off now, unless he brings McGinn or someone off. I don't think he'll bring Rodgers off. Maatsen obviously will come off. But I think it's likely to be Ollie.
He's definitely talking to Buendia a lot more than he is to Luca Digne.
Yeah. There we go. Watkins off. Buendia on. So just change back to probably Marlon up top by himself, Buendia and McGinn and Rodgers behind. We're just starting to get that movement again.
Good substitutions here, I feel. Hopefully we can kind of get away with it.
Yeah, I live in Newcastle now, Matt. But yeah, Stourbridge, Red Hill School. So just put on there the most goals conceded in 90+ minute. West Ham up there with Newcastle. But they're on the attack now. But McGinn does well. Buendia just brings it down, but loses out to Somerville. Tadibo with the ball. West Ham still looking like they want to try and win this game. Yes, mate, it's all good.
Just went 3-0 up.
Poor ball by Tadibo. Wow. The Spurs fans will not be happy about that.
Not too sure who scored. I'll find out now. Hasn't come up yet, but it is 3-0 currently to Nottingham Forest. And it is Singari.
Oh, well, a good win for them. We've got nearly 250 of you in the chat. Let's get over 250. Let's make sure we're over 100 likes. They're saying for 150. Tillerman's just brought Bowen down there. It's a free kick in a pretty dangerous position here for West Ham. We're getting into the last 15 minutes of the game. 2-2. It's not been a great performance at all from Aston Villa today. Been very scrappy. West Ham have done well in this game, although there has been very few chances.
Yeah.
Potts now takes it quickly, plays short to, I don't know, who's that? Is that Fernandez? Gets it back from Wan-Bissaka to Diouf. Bit of a waste of free kick there for West Ham, to be honest. And they have to go all the way back to the goalkeeper, who then goes long. And always baffles me why teams would do that. Cash then wins a really nice header. Kamara trading pass with Tillemans, now Buendia, but he loses out to it. But McGinn then picks up the second ball. McGinn just battling with Potts there. What they've done well, West Ham, is when we've tried to stop the ball to cut the ball back, they've then pressed in the next. They've then gone for the next ball really well and put us under a lot of pressure. Magassa now picking up the ball at deep midway inside Villa half. He goes back to Potts. He plays inside to Fernandez. Fernandez driving forward with the ball. Drops it back off to Magassa, who plays to Diouf, to Magassa. Just nice play. Somerville now running at the Villa defence. Inside to Bowen. Lindelof doing well to hold him up. Konsa, and it's a goal kick off Somerville shot, but very dangerous when they get running at us.
Yeah. They're obviously pressing us at key areas of the pitch, and they're getting a bit of joy when they're inside our half, and that's when they're really getting their chances off. And thankfully, Somerville completely just fluffed his lines well wide. Goal kick for Aston Villa. Come on, Villa, let's lift it now.
Do you think it's a bit strange that we haven't really looked like wanting to really put challenges in?
I don't know. Maybe is it down to tiredness from having so many games in the last few weeks? But even at that, when you're looking at the quality of the players that are on the pitch here as opposed to West Ham, we're so much better than this. But it's just the performance levels just haven't been there. But we're still in this game.
Yeah, Rodgers holding off West Ham there. Plays back to McGinn. He's looking for movement ahead of him. Konsa now.
It'd be nice to get a goal here. It really would. Come on.
Lindelof bringing the ball forward. He's found Rodgers in some lovely space. Rodgers has time to shoot.
Yeah,
there we go. That's why we put him in those positions. And he picked his spot from the outside of the box. Screw you, XG wankers. Villa know how to smash it into the top corner. And we are 3-2 up. Get in there.
Commentator's magic again. Richard said it'd be nice to get a goal here. And we've got it again. That's 2 in a row.
And that's why you keep Morgan Rodgers on the pitch, because he is an absolute match winner. Beautiful pass from Lindelof. Spotted the space. And it's the time they gave Morgan Rodgers space, because Potts had kept him out of the game. Magassa had kept him out of the game. But you can't keep him out of the game for too long. You give him that space and he smashes the ball over Areola. That technique he's got with the dip and the swerve and the power. And it smashes into the net. And it's West Ham 2, Aston Villa 3. Come on.
And Pat, you don't think we've forgotten. We seen you in here earlier saying West Ham 2, Aston Villa 3. Fair play to you. There was another one at half time saying West Ham 2, Aston Villa 3. Fair play to you. You've called it. Let's hope it stays this way.
There she is. Keep that faith till the end. Right, let's just see this one home now. 81st minute. Throw into West Ham. Deep inside Villa half. Have we made 3 subs? We've still got 1 substitution window.
I think we've 2.
Looks like Wilson. Yeah, but 1 more window.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. We've got two more substitutes we can make, but we've only got 1 more occasion that we can make them. Wilson's coming on for West Ham, though. And there you go. Gemma was just waiting for you to smile. And now the smile's back, Martin. Wilson's on. Magassa has come off. Dina now bringing the ball forward. Plays to Rogers again. Rogers now. He's on a hat trick. Rogers finds McGinn at the edge of the box. Cuts. It's a poor touch from McGinn. He could have. Fernandez. And Wan-Bissaka can hack it clear. Lindelof heads it down. Cash does really well, Villa. Picking up the ball on the halfway line. McGinn's got time and space. He finds Luca Dean out wide. Dina finds Rogers. Now Rogers playing with that swagger. Plays inside to Tillemans, who plays back to Kamara. Now just trading passes. Kamara then goes out to Cash. It's still 1-0 Sunderland. It's 2-0 to Man City. 3-0 to Nottingham Forest, as Martin said earlier. Dina now looks up the line. Finds Morgan Rogers, who's finding spaces. But Mavropanos has read the pass. And he does find Paqueta well. Paqueta then goes back to the almost a sloppy pass there. Goes back to the keeper. Buendia putting pressure on. Can Villa win the second ball? Kamara does. Now McGinn pounces on it. McGinn now on the right-hand side. Goes for the corner. Clips it in. Todibo can bring it clear. And McGinn was looking for a corner there, but didn't get it. Long ball up the line by West Ham, but Konsa does well. He's pulled back by Wilson. The referee doesn't give anything, and then he gives a free kick to West Ham.
On,
I think Villa were waiting for the free kick there. I think Villa were waiting for the free kick, and nothing came through.
As here, Villa's next 6 fixtures: United, Chelsea, Arsenal, Palace, and Everton. Next 6 fixtures. So get a win here today, because there are not some easy fixtures that are coming up next.
Yeah. Cash there, read that pass well. Plays to McGinn. McGinn finds Kamara. Now finds the Yuri Tillemans. Rogers looking for the ball in that space, but Tillemans decides to go back to Lindelof, who plays a lovely pass into Rogers now. Now Luca Dean's got the space on the left-hand side, but outside of the foot curling pass from Rogers finds Marlon in the left-hand channel, but he's poor control, really, and Wan-Bissaka wins it back off him. Bowen, pressured by Lindelof. He does well to find Wan-Bissaka, but Villa win it back.
Excellent.
Good tracking by Morgan Rogers. Lindelof looks like he's got a little knock there. He gets the ball from Luca Dean, though. And he'll go back to Bizot. Bizot to Konsa. To Cash. Goes back to Konsa again. Let's just get the ball clear, lads. Bizot finds Lindelof. Lindelof clips it in through the middle. Finds Buendia, chests it down. Lovely to Kamara. Kamara then out to McGinn. Cash still running forward, but Cash just checks his run. Villa just keeping the ball. Haven't got to risk anything right now. Play a nice little triangle, and Lindelof goes out to Luca Dean, who's got space on that left-hand side. Into the 85th minute now. West Ham 2, Aston Villa 3. Tillemans to Kamara. To Konsa. Nice ball into Buendia. Lays it off now. Villa have got space to operate in. West Ham did a great job for that first 75 minutes, but you can see now the space is just opening up for Villa.
Yeah, they're being a bit ragged here.
Nicely brought down. Deeney with a shot on target. And Areola parries it right into the centre of the box, but West Ham managed to clear it. And is that a throw into Villa?
Yes, it is.
So. I swear Anthony Taylor's playing like he can't be bothered to referee at the minute.
Anthony Taylor looks like he's on the Sunday side. He was on the beer last night. He's hungover. He doesn't want to be here. I'm only here to get me money, and that's about it. I'm not blowing my whistle, lads. You do what you want.
I know. That was like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, cool story.
Lindelof. Back to Bizot.
I have to say, I'm impressed with Lindelof today.
Yeah. Konsa clips it up the line. McGinn turning Diouf.
Referee.
What? Again, referee's not having any of it. He's not bothered. Told you he's clocked in.
Get that Stella out of your system and blow the whistle.
Well, he's not clocked in, he's clocked off. Bowen now. Lucas Dean putting him under pressure. He finds Todibo. Todibo coming forward with the ball. Out wide to Somerville. McGinn just facing him up. Plays to Diouf, but cashed as well again. And again, McGinn's brought down, but the referee just plays on. Clipped over the top. Marlon now has got space to run at Mavropanos. It's a poor touch. Poor touch again. It's good. It's good intent. It's really good intent. And to be fair, it's actually good defending from Mavropanos. He waited for them a heavy touch, but Marlon's got to be a bit more careful in possession there. Throw in by Dina to Buendia. Back to Dina, back to Buendia. Trading passes, nice little touch from Buendia. Oh, Rogers there with the curling shot. Just blocked. Villa pick it up again. I think the ball's... We're going to kick it out of play, though, because Buendia took a knock.
Done well then, Buendia. Nice little flick. Great control of the chest. Players around him. Getting into Rogers. Really taking 3 players out of the game there. And unfortunately, he's gone down a bit injured. But I can imagine it's a little bit of time wasting. Just try and settle the game down a bit.
Absolutely. Right, let's see where we are on the likes, people. 96 likes, and we've got 267 of you in the chat. Come on. We haven't hit 100 yet, and Villa are winning 3-2. Get them likes up, over 100 in the... Come on. We've got 265 of you. Hit the like button. Just drop out, like, subscribe if you're new to the channel. We've had an amazing support on our watch-alongs. Let's keep those likes flying up. Come on, we've got to get over 100.
30 more likes, and I can guarantee Aston Villa will score a goal.
Substitutions for West Ham. Paqueta is coming off. Kante is coming on. Souček is coming on for Potts and Rodriguez. So Potts, Somerville, Paqueta off. Souček, Kante, and Rodriguez on.
It really sounds like the man's French as well, but it's obviously not the same player.
Yeah. It's now Man City 3-0 up against Crystal Palace. Erling Haaland with a penalty. Still Newcastle losing to Sunderland. And Tielemans goes back to Marco Bizar, and it's 3-0 Nottingham Forest against Tottenham. Rogers battling with Wan-Bissaka as well. Marlon. Can he pick up the scraps? And he gets a free kick after being held back.
Come on. I'd imagine there's only really going to be 4 or 5 minutes here added on, Rich. I'm going to go with 4.
Yeah. Thank you, Charlie. Thank you for watching. And as Patty says, hit that like. Man City on a serious run now, along with Aston Villa. Dina now clips it into the box, but Diouf heads it clear. Only to the edge of the box, though. Helped back in by Kamara. Mavropanos as well. Dina puts it back into the box. Wan-Bissaka with a hooked clearance away. Cashed as well to keep it alive. And Dina has got the ball on the left-hand side. Plays to Buendia. Buendia, lovely little reverse pass into Rogers. Rogers now attacking the box. Just drags it across. Oh! Left-footed shot. Cross the goal. And it's out for a goal kick. But Rogers has been... Last 20 minutes of this second half has been absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible.
And 2 goals. Incredible performance. 2 goals. First goal, brilliant finish. Second goal, even better. Looked up, took the shot, top corner. What more could you want?
Let's see what the stoppage time is.
And it is 5.
5 minutes. So 5 minutes. Bowen getting into the box, but Lindelof doing brilliantly. Brilliantly against Bowen there. And Villa can bring it clear again. Rogers. Rogers plays a pass straight into Kante. Wan-Bissaka now down the right-hand side. clips it in the box, but Kamara does well to get a foot on it and puts it out for a throw in. That's the only thing we have to watch with Morgan Rogers. Wan-Bissaka now tries to clip it in to the center of the pitch. But I have to go back to Todibo, to Rodriguez, I think it is on, to Fernandez. Marlon just pressing. Todibo goes wide to Diouf. Villa hunting impacts now. Buendia wins the ball back, calms it down. And then Villa get the free kick for a handball, and Diouf isn't happy with it, and he gets the yellow card. Cheers, mate. Great. Thank you for your support from Canada. Thank you, Ian. Glad you joined us. Over 320 of you in the chat. Amazing support. Thank you so much for all the views. I mean, we had over 6,000 views for the last game. We had 11,000 for last week. It's amazing support. So thank you. I'm so glad you guys are enjoying these watch-alongs, and we're getting so many subscribers as well. So many new people to the channel. So we're going to obviously keep going with them. Cash with a throw for Villa inside West Ham's half. He's going to take his time with it, but he can't take too long. He goes long. Headed up in the air by Todibo. It's bouncing in the box. Oh, the referee's giving a free kick. I thought, what's Wan-Bissaka doing there? He just grabbed the ball.
I was just thinking to myself, Jesus, all right, here's a penalty.
A few people have asked, has your dad escaped North Korea yet, Martin?
He has. He's come home safe and sound. He's all good. He's all well. He might got a little bit of food poison, but I think he's all right. He'll manage from that. But, you know, yeah, he's all good. He's at home.
Good. He did come back wearing a strange uniform and marching all of a sudden, but he's all right.
Yeah. He grew a hairline for some reason.
I'm glad you're enjoying it, people. Yeah, I think obviously, you know, the people who are on co-coms on Sky or TNT, they just don't have the same passion as us. Cross from West Ham safely into the arms of Bizat, and it coming into the 94th minute now. Bizat just rolls it to Cash. Cash just got pressure from him behind, but he carries on. Finds McGinn. McGinn just holding it up, but he gets crowded out. Kante tries to bring it forward, but Kamara on the cover, and he gets the free kick.
Thank you very much. Looks like the ref is starting to blow his whistle this game.
Yeah, which is exactly what Conte was looking for in the first 30 seconds. He just missed the ball and completely missed the man. But, you know, we'll set up for it in the 94th minute at least.
Yeah. Thank
you, Becky. Great stuff up the Villa. Let's get the 3 points. Great watch along. Yes, great stuff. And for good only says, where in Ireland are you from, Martin?
I'm from Dublin, and I live in Clondalkin, which is south side of Dublin.
There you go. We're getting lots of Irish watchers and listeners, which is really good. Dean, you know, picks the ball up.
I wonder why we're getting all them Irish listeners.
It's got to be your charm, mate.
Well, talking shite, I'd say. I wouldn't really say it's charm.
As Gary said, the commentators have been all right on Sky Sports Tennis. Tim Henman is good. He's probably a Villa fan now.
Yeah.
Wan-Bissaka now coming forward. Is this West Ham's last attack? Dina just brilliant to stand up. And it's a throw-in to West Ham. Last 19 seconds. Last throw of the dice for West Ham. Is that a foul throw? Goes all the way back to Mavropanos. Tries to clip it into the box, to the back post, but McGinn heads it clear. 95 minutes now, throw in by Diouf. Everyone's coming forward. Throws it in, trying to look for a free kick, and the referee just tells him to get up, and it's a goal kick. And that will be it. That will be it. Game over. Great watch along. Thank you for tuning in. Gavin says, Irish Villa living in Atlanta. Thanks for the live stream, boys. Up the Villa. Villa are addicted to winning, says John. Another one, says Charlie. Exactly. Game, set, and match. And what does GGS mean? Don't know what that means. Someone can tell me. Super fun watch. Great commentary, Richard Martin. Thank you very much. And to all us Irish. Yes. And there we go. Another win. West Ham 2, Aston Villa 3. It wasn't pretty, Martin. We got the job done. Good performance from West Ham. They made it very difficult for us. But when you've got match winners like Morgan Rogers on the pitch, anything can happen. And clinical strike in the 78th minute from Rogers. We gave him that bit of space. You can't give him that bit of space. West Ham had done so well to shut him down. I know he'd scored earlier on in the second half from a great takedown in the box, but you can't give him that space outside the box. And a wonderful strike, dipping strike into that top corner, and Aston Villa come away with the victory. And we didn't make it. We weren't pretty. It was some poor play, some poor mistakes, but this is the sign of teams that are in the title run, mate. They can win when they haven't played well, and Aston Villa did exactly that.
Yeah, found a way to win. That's sometimes just what it takes in these little games. You might not have had your best performance, might not have been pretty, but you find a way to win, and that's what makes a difference between a good team and a great team. Great teams find a way to win, and we are, at this minute, a great team. 9 wins in a row. Now, the lads have got a week off, time to reset, up against Manchester United next week in Villa Park. Let's get 10 wins in a row. Come on.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much for everyone in the chat. Over 300 of you at one point in there. Please smash a like button. I want to hit 150 if we can. So on the way out, hit the like button. We'll try our best to be with you on Sunday. I am potentially away, so we'll see what we can do. We'll try our best to get something going for you on a watch along. But thank you for all your support today. Massive result for Villa. Like you say, Martin, a week off to rest and recuperate and bask in the glory of a phenomenal run of form. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll be back with a quick instant reaction following this victory. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Thank you for watching. And as always remember, win, lose or draw, but most definitely win at the moment. We'll follow the Villa.